the reason has to be your vision, okay? You need a vision. As we read from Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Chapter 29, verse 18. Okay. We're going to go back to my days of when I was in school to be a pastor for the Assemblies of God, and I was thrown out because I was seduced by a really hot Mexican girl. Oh, Dr. Dace. Oh, Dr. Chad. Oh, what's up, man? Nice. I haven't seen you in a while. The tooth situation should be fine. They left a suture in here. Didn't tell me they're going to take it out. Do you know when they're going to take that out? Let me know. Or is it, do I just rip it out? I'll rip it out. I have a knife. Anyways, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. It says, and this is the one that Mark Inspiration quoted, where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Now, that part I don't want to talk about, but I want to talk about where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay. Now, here's the deal. A lot of you guys, when you book consultations with me, right, you go to modernlifedating.com/coaching. You book the consults, and we talk, right? And we talk, and we talk, and we talk. And 9 times out of 10, the conversation is usually one that is around a guy who's not feeling so hot at the time, okay? And the reason is they're typically going through a tough time at the moment, right? They're going through a time where they're having a how can I put this? Like a moment where they're just going through a dry spell. They're just going through a tough time. You know what I mean? They're going through a dry spell, or they're applying for job after job after job, and the job situation is just not looking good, right? I mean, like, for example, my man Brent Caldwell, this poor guy, I'd say poor guy, and I don't mean it in a degrading way, but this kid, he just tried so fucking hard. He was trying for 9 months to get laid. 9 months. And it was the worst for him because it was to the point, like, he would get the date, he would get the girl to come to his house, but then his vibe was off, and so they would start making out, whatever, and the girls would be like, oh, I'm just not feeling this, and they would leave. And, like, that is frustrating. That is, like, ultra, ultra frustrating. And, when guys, when this happens to the guys, right, when this happens to people in general, a lot of people, they just, it beats them up, and it gets them down, and it messes with them, right? And then they're like, why am I suffering? Like, what is the purpose of all this, right? Why am I doing any of this stuff? And, the reason has to be your vision, okay? You need a vision. That's the big thing. You need a vision. And your vision is the grand life plan that you have for yourself, right? When I first started off, my vision was just like to be the ultimate seducer and just like be to the point where I just like could get girls, I wanted to consistently be able to get chicks. And that's a walk in the park for me now. I've become such a master of getting chicks that it's like, quite frankly, it's become boring. It's just like, Like, I just want text to text every time. I want you to text. I want you to, like, be down and come straight to my house. I'll take you to Starbucks. We can talk for like 10 minutes, and then we're going to have sex. Or I'm just going to go home, right? And that's just the level of mastery I've achieved. After that, it was like, I want to be able to make my money online. I remember my online money-making ideas were really, well, I started when I was really young, though. I was like 17. And this was like, when I was 17, it was like 2003, right? Old geriatric MLD over here. And it was 2003, and I would always see like this guy, like always like, these type of men that were always like just working on their laptops, and they're driving an expensive car, and they usually had a hot girl with them. And I just knew that they were doing something related to the internet and making money. And I was like, I want to be like that guy. Like, that is what I want for my life. I want this guy, like, I want his lifestyle. I want to be able to just like touch the keyboard and make money. That's what I wanted. And that was part of my vision as well. I really hope I don't regret smoking this thing with... Is the dentist still here? Is this bad to smoke vapor pen while I had like a little bit of a suture in my mouth? If the doctor is in the house, please let me know. That kind of stings. Ooh. Better wash it down with some Diet Dr. Pepper. On the American Health Plan here. Oh, yeah. The acidity just washes it away. So I lost track of my thought there. Anyways, you got to have vision, right? You got to persist. So my first vision was being able to master female seduction, female nature, and all that stuff, right? Second of all, it was to, make the magic internet money, right? To make the money from the internet and be able to live a life free, okay? Third, right, it was, you guys remember when I first started off the Tokyo Crypto Show? What did I say? Do you remember what was my first goal when I started off the Tokyo Crypto Show? What was my first goal with Bitcoin? Okay? What was my goal? By the way, if you want chat privileges, you have to subscribe and be subscribed for 10 minutes. Then you'll be able to communicate with me in the chat. Boom, Spark 55, buy a house. Damn, you must have been paying attention, bro. Who are you? Good for you. My first goal with cryptocurrency, I wanted to buy a house. That was my goal. All right. So now the thing is, I wanted to be able to buy a house. And let's just say I could buy a very, 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 very large house right now. Okay. A very large house. Oppo A53 says, preaching for health, but using party drugs. Can you take Tristan Date's dick out of your mouth before you continue to chat here? Just unlarge his dick, unlodge it from your mouth and actually think for yourself. That was my vision at that time. Now I have an even larger vision, right? And I want to own several buildings in Japan. I'd like to start accumulating these buildings within 1 year. And over the next 7 years, I'd like to acquire one building per year, totaling for 7 buildings, which would be bringing me in anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 monthly in the rent profit as well, right? Japan has one of the highest rent paying rates in the world. They're not a bunch of delinquents like pretty much everywhere else in the world. Japanese pay the rent. They pay it on time. And that's my new goal, right? My honestly, to be honest with you, I'm not greedy. I just want $100,000 a month, every single month. Okay. On the first, I want to look at the first and be like, boom, there's $100,000 new money in my bank account. Life is good. I'm going to take a nap. You know, that's just my goal right now. And it's a pretty solid goal, I got to say. So when I'm reading these books, when I'm doing everything, when I'm enduring, when I'm doing live streams here with my fucking chickmunk face, when I'm reading all these shitheads in the chat who have